What's one emotional wound you see most people carry?
So many times we even pray saying that, okay, God, I want this in this way, in this situation. I am no God to make it happen. Who are we to dictate? Right? It
All of
has to
this.
be in divine timing.
The biggest myth about healing you wish people would stop believing.
We are in the body, but we are not the body.
What's the quickest way to calm your mind in under 30 seconds? हाय वेलकम टू फ्लर्टिंग विद द फिश इस बार फिर से मेरी बहुत ही फेवरेट पर्सन है पॉडकास्ट पे सुजाता मलिक जो कि एक हीलर हैं और हम बात कर रहे हैं 3 खास चीज़ों की। यंग जनरेशन का एक कॉमन इमोशन क्या है और क्यों? हीलिंग प्रैक्टिसेस और हीलर्स को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करें, कैसे ट्रस्ट करें, एक्चुअली हीलर्स करते क्या हैं? एंड थर्ड अबाउट कंट्रोल, हमारी जो नीड है कंट्रोल करने की चीज़ों को, एंड द रोल ऑफ यूनिवर्सल अलाइनमेंट। दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी इंट्रोस्पेक्टिव, वेरी पर्सनल, वेरी स्टोरी टेलिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन जिसमें आई एम वेरी श्योर आप अपने आप को, अपनी लाइफ के एस्पेक्ट को देख पाओगे। एंड आई होप इट हेल्प्स यू टू मूव फॉरवर्ड। कीप फ्लोटिंग विद द फिश। Is the current generation, younger generation, there's something common about what they're dealing with.
A lot of people feel or kind of fail in a way because they want it to happen in their timing.
Right now.
Right now. It's like a quick fix. Right? अभी कर दो ये
अभी।
और आप कुछ जादू की छड़ी चढ़ा दो ताकि मैं ठीक हो जाऊं, मेरा रिलेशनशिप ठीक हो जाए, मेरा हेल्थ ठीक हो जाए, मेरा जॉब लग जाए, whatever it is that people come for. But it's, I feel and I tell everybody that it is going to happen when it is going to happen. I am no God to make it happen. Right? I can help to clear the path so that you can walk on it in a more better way to be able to.
But that doesn't help na Sujata. When I am dealing with something at a younger me, I would say कि मैं आपके पास आ रही हूँ, मैं बोलूँ चला ये बहुत दर्द हो रहा है, ये काम मेरा अटका हुआ है, राइट? और आपको ऑब्वियसली मैं ऐसा एक्सपेक्ट कर रही हूँ कि आप ठीक कर दोगे उसको एंड मैं फिर उसके आगे का देख लूंगी, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई मैं
Just help me cross this
जस्ट
hurdle.
लेट मी हेल्प, यहाँ पे अटका हुआ है, बस ये क्रॉस करा दो। फिर आप मुझे बोलोगे कि बट आई कांट डू मच,
Yeah.
यू नो।
I will never say I
दिल
can't
टूट
do
जाएगा।
much because I will just say that okay, let's just work to first align your energy with that, right? अगर आपके साथ वो कुछ नहीं हो रहा, that means the universe, that plan and you're not in alignment. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So first let's try to clear your energy and bring you into alignment with this. इसको छोड़ दो with the universe.
So that's what
Healing is for me.
that's what healing is.
Yeah, right? Through clearing, through meditation. Once you come into a centered, grounded space and you are in connection with the universe, then that thing in between will not seem such a big thing as it is seeming to you कि ये नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा आगे।
बट आप जिस प्रॉब्लम के साथ में आई थी, आप उस प्रॉब्लम की पर्टिकुलरली कोई क्रोसिन नहीं दे रहे हो।
एक्चुअली मैं आपको बोलूंगी कि मैं दे रही हूँ बट आई मे नॉट बी डूइंग इट, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट।
हाँ।
आई वुड बी क्लियरिंग योर एनर्जी इन अ ब्रॉडर फील्ड
या
वर्सेस जस्ट ट्राइंग टू फिक्स दैट।
एक
बिकॉज
particular
वो
issue।
एक चीज जो हो रही है ना कि इस करके मेरा करियर रुका हुआ है, ऐसा होता नहीं है। अगर वो आपको ऑब्स्टिकल लग रहा है, वो आपके रिलेशनशिप को भी हेल्थ इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, वो आपकी हेल्थ को भी इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, इट्स गिविंग यू स्लीपलेस नाइट्स, इट्स इम्पैक्टिंग योर फाइनेंसेस, सो आपकी लाइफ की सब चीज़ों को इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है। सो एक इशू को मैं कैसे वो कर दूं without dealing with the other things? That's why Reiki or SRT, the modalities that we practice, help us to holistically clear this stuff, and a lot of it is coming from our past patterns and beliefs that we are carrying from our past lives.
Right, and that hand holding, which basically means alignment,
Absolutely.
and that's what,
Aligning with the source,
With
which
the
is the
source.
same for everybody.
Yeah.
It is not different.
and it's not agenda specific.
The agenda is
alignment.
just a story being played right now. If I'm feeling rejected or, say, betrayed in a relationship, that thing is the story of my life right now. Right? This person betrayed me, or I'm not good enough, which a lot of people feel now, right? But the fact is that that is only showing you that you are good enough. It's not that other person's energy or this relationship which is guiding you or giving you a validation that if you're in this relationship, you will be good enough. And then once you start believing that, you will see other things also making you feel that my boss has also betrayed me, my partners betrayed me, my parents have also betrayed me, because you are carrying that vibration within you. And the moment you say that, okay, this is how it was meant to be, I enjoyed this relationship for X number of years. Now it's not in the way that it is meant to be. So it's kind of falling off. If I agree to that, or if I allow myself to accept that, I will see that other people will also start accepting me, because I have started accepting myself and the way my life is. But till the time I keep resisting it, I'll keep being put into it again and again.
एंड जब मैं अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट कर रही हूँ, उसका क्या, जो लेट्स से इन रिलेशनशिप, राइट, अगर मुझे डिस्कनेक्शन फील हो रहा है, मैंने डिस्कनेक्ट कर लिया और कम्युनिकेट कर दिया टू द अदर पर्सन कि इट्स ओके, वी विल लेट इट बी हियर, बट सपोज दैट पर्सन इज ऑब्वियसली उस स्पेस में नहीं है, यू नो, then there is residual impact, right? I have completed, you know, but the other person has not, and it's also my responsibility.
It is not your responsibility.
But मैंने decide किया, मैंने close किया.
It's okay, that guilt you are carrying, but you deal with that guilt, so that thing will disappear. This is how it was meant to be. It's the other person's responsibility. Each one of us is doing, experiencing, the onus of whatever is going on in our life is totally ours. If I say that you have hurt me, you may say, but I didn't really hurt you. I just said or did what I wanted to do. But in the process, you got hurt. That means that you have allowed yourself to get hurt. And I'm understanding the accountability in a relationship that you're saying, right? But then you understand that I'm not being true to the relationship if I'm just hanging in there, but I have no love in the relationship. I'm not being true to myself. I'm not being true to the other person. I'm not being true in the relationship, right? And if I have a choice that I can kind of break off or distance myself, you know, in whichever ways. Now, it could be different levels. If you're married, you're in a committed relationship. It's not that, okay, I want to walk out of the relationship, or it may be so also, but I continue to live, but with a little detachment in a different way. That's also fine. So that acceptance and that level of understanding of how to deal with it, you will be better when you understand that, okay, this is happening. Very unfortunate. I am taking the responsibility because I'm the one who's so called off the relationship, right? And that guilt may be with me, but I need to deal with that guilt and understand that I'm being true to you because I can be there in a fake relationship. Or I can only be expressive to this level. You know, if that is fine, we are still friends. We still continue to live together or work together or do
we may
whatever.
not be friends.
Or we may not be friends, but let us complete it and part ways. Now, if I complete it in the processes that as a healer, as a therapist, I can help you deal with that whole thing. You deal with it and you move out. And if the other person doesn't deal with it, they carry that hurt, that pain, that heartbreak, and they continue living. If they don't deal with it, their heart will be broken again. They'll meet another person who will do the same thing, or life situations will do. Again, it's not about blaming the other person. Life situations will present in such a way till the time you stand up and say, okay, this energy is not aligning, or, you know, let's just understand. And again, in all this, the emotions will play up. There will be pain, there will be sadness, there will be grief, which is okay to feel, but deal with them. We suppress them. We feel weak. Okay, you know, like, don't express your emotions. That's not fair. And I feel that now there is a generation who understands this and expresses it because they want to be honest. And there is a lot of understanding of the spirituality and vibrations in the Gen Z also. And people are dealing with it and, you know, adapting to it. And there are people who don't want to be exposed to that and still want to just shove it under the carpet, not deal with the pain. Then the pain body remains within you. And I'm not saying that they are good or they are bad, right? But it's that level or their time of understanding it has not come yet, which is also fine. Which is also fine. But there is a lot of awareness about this, you know, mental health, how it puts stress on you, how it impacts you. Like, all these things are, that awareness is out there, and all this generation is exposed to it much more than us, you know, in our growing up years. We didn't know how to deal with the heartbreak. Now you go to a therapist, you go to a healer, you speak to your parents. Previously, it was all, you know, shoved under the carpet. Absolutely.
To your Gen Z audience and to the people who come to you, before they approach you, one, I got it very clearly that do not have these immediate urgent requirements, because universe,
Quick
it doesn't work
fixes,
like that, right?
It can work, but that shouldn't be just your approach. Of course, I believe it can happen like this. Miracles are always round the
हाँ,
corner.
right.
But
But it
don't come
shouldn't
with
be
that thing of, that
demand.
impatience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete your question,
And then
sorry.
before deciding that they need to come to you, मतलब बस अब कुछ हो नहीं सकता, I need to get to Sujata. What is it that one practice that if they could still do, they could get better effects?
See, the thing is that, again, acceptance. They are resisting what is happening in their life. So if they just drop that resistance in whichever way that it's hurting, but I'll just go through it, and let me just hang in there. Versus, okay, now, अब के उसमें कुछ नहीं होता. हमारे when we were growing up, कोई भी चीज़ खराब हो जाती थी ना, तो उसको रिपेयर कर लेते थे. आजकल just throw and buy a new one, right? So it's like things can be repaired, First try to fix what is there rather than just trashing it and bringing in a new one, whatever it might be.
That's a great example. and a absolute mirror to how we are operating with how we are thinking.
True.
वो कौन सी ऐसी इमोशंस हैं जो कि अभी के यंगस्टर्स में आपको मिलते हैं?
Anger, resentment, guilt, very, very big emotions of guilt that people feel, low self-esteem. Many, you may be presenting themselves with very high confidence, but self-esteem is not good. So just to kind of anxiety comes from fear, stress, all come from fear. So it's all underlying fear of not knowing what lies ahead, how life will be ahead. Again, not trusting. Isn't it? It's not as simple as I'm even saying it, but fear and anxiety, I mean, such young children are now taking anti-anxiety medicines. Because there's so much that one has to do. It's like a, treadmill all the time. This is going on. People are having insomnia. They can't sleep because there's next to plan and this has not been done. So the mind is constantly running. Because now you see the whole world has opened up so much. It's become like big and yet approachable in every aspect. So there's more that one desires to do. There's more that you aspire to do. And then your means are limited or things are limited in a way that patience comes in. You can't have it all like this, you know. So that's when all this restlessness comes in. And then the fear of what if this happens or this doesn't happen. That need for security. All these things create a lot of anxiety within us. It's like we don't have any ground within us. That's where the grounding is very important. And see what happens, this anxiety and stress that we deal with, and maybe we can even speak about it at some time. It's because we've left all those things open because we don't put closure to anything. It's like even when we're working on a computer, we have so many tabs open, or on a phone, so many tabs are open. And then suddenly I'll tell my son that I don't know why my phone is not working. He'll say, how many tabs are open? Pehle sabko off karo, In the same way, in our mind, we'll have so many of these things unfinished, which we've not given kind of closure to. So we feel ye bhi karna hai, abhi wo bhi karna hai. Then we may forget ki kya karna hai. But that feeling that something unfinished still lies there remains with us. And that creates restlessness. Because closure nahi hai na. अभी कुछ बैक ऑफ द माइंड है, कुछ करना था, याद नहीं आ रहा क्या था, क्योंकि वो 2 दिन पहले कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ था, तो उसका कुछ वो लिंगरिंग रहेगा. सिमिलरली वी आर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट से वन इवेंट 2 days बैक, गोइंग बैक ऑल योर लाइफ, how many tabs are open which we've not kind of closed. So they're all draining our energy, isn't it?
But ऐसे ड्रेनिंग एनर्जी थोड़ा जनरलाइज हो जाता है. अब और थोड़ा सा डीपली बताओ कि जब ये बहुत सारे विंडोज हमारे खुले होते हैं तो हमें क्या होता है एज अ बीइंग, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग टू मी?
As a being, it's like आपके सामने, आप यहाँ खड़े हो, आपके सामने इतने सारा खाना पड़ा है. It's like a buffet in front of you, right? What do we do when we go for a buffet? It's like fill our plate, right? We fill our plate. कि अच्छा ये भी ले लो. मतलब you've paid for it, right? It's all lying there. Now go, I fill this, then waste this, throw this, all that. But we stuff ourselves, or at least we have the desire कि अच्छा थोड़ा सा और ले लेती हूँ, थोड़ा सा, and then we get what? We get indigestion, or we don't feel good because we've stuffed ourselves beyond. It's the same way that there's so much more to do, so I want to do this also, I want to do this also. एक तो I have not enjoyed that taste of that full thing, अगर 4 चीज खा रही हूँ मैं, मुझे पता है कि this dish is very tasty, I'm really enjoying it and savoring it, versus eating 10 things कि मुझे किसी का भी पूरा स्वाद नहीं आया. Similarly with life and situations, I've not been able to enjoy this present thing because मैंने उसको ख़त्म नहीं करा, you know, मैं थोड़ा सा करा, then I left it. फिर मेरा ध्यान कहीं और चले गया. How much we are distracted by all these gadgets, even ourselves. If we don't catch ourselves, we're just watching reels after
Yeah,
reels, you know. Then
yeah.
you say, okay, come on, you know.
Enough.
Suddenly you don't realize it's been 1 hour that you've just been, and everything will tell you some, give you some new information. There'll be some, you know, knowledge from a healer, from an astrologer,
Yeah.
from a teacher. So then you're trying to assimilate all that कि मैं ये भी कर लूँ, वो भी कर लूँ, ये भी कर लूँ, and then you feel कि मैंने अभी ये नहीं करा, मैंने अभी वो नहीं करा, because इतनी सारी चीजें are being thrown at you
Yeah.
that you need to do to make your life more peaceful. But actually, it's just the other
Far
way
from
around,
being peaceful.
because we are getting more and more anxious that,
Yeah.
oh, I had to do this, I could have done that, I should have done that, because the mind is given so many options now.
Do you have distinct memories of some of the people?
So I would say from one of the very initial students of mine who came to me to learn Reiki, and she had fibroids in her uterus, and she was told to get a surgery, which she of course didn't want to. So she learned her level 1. So she came to learn Reiki, and because of these fibroids, and then she went somewhere in India. She traveled. She came back after 1 month. She learned her level 2. You know, and very diligent student. Then of course went off to London and. Away for, she came back after 9 or 10 months, you know, because how people who are working in London, they come usually during Christmas and all. Came back, got the ultrasound done. There were no fibroids. And now when you see them on these reports, it's very, very different.
And there's nothing that she did.
She did Reiki.
Reiki.
And her belief that she could heal herself with that.
But not medically.
Yeah, medically,
like
no.
Not.
Nothing.
So there's
Nothing.
Clinically, there's no reason why it should
Exactly,
have just gone
exactly.
away.
But
And
we see and hear this all the time. There was another lovely case which I can never forget. There was this gentleman who called me from Las Vegas, yeah. And he was a 42-year-old guy, and he said that, you know, I've been detected with a growth in my liver, and I'm going to go in for a biopsy in the next 10-12 days. I don't want to die. So I have this growth, which obviously he was presuming to be cancerous, and can you help me? Can you save me? So I said, firstly, I'm not God that I can save you. And what makes you think that you're going to die? You know, why do you have that belief? So he said, I don't know, but I'm very scared. Can you help me? I have a young daughter, and you know, we're all paranoid and all. And somebody has given me your number to ask you for healing. I was here in India. He was there in Las
LA.
Vegas. Yeah. So I said, okay, let's do. And I just did what I do usually. Like I did a clearing for him. I prayed for him. I did his healing, would continuously. And like, you know, here तो if आज problem हुई है तो कल हमारा biopsy हो जाएगा. But वहाँ पे तो उनको 10
Time लगता है.
दिन का. So they are going through that anxiety in all those days, right? So I was talking to him off and on. And after a week or 10 days, he said, I'm going to go into the hospital tomorrow. And I said, okay, just inform me. I was in touch with his mother also by now. So Friday he went in for the biopsy, and no call on Saturday, no call on Sunday. So like I was also a little this thing, and not that I was so close that I could just pick up the phone and call his mother, because you're also kind of, you know, thinking ki kya hoga. On Monday I messaged his mother and she said, please send him healing. He's in a lot of pain. So I was like, oh my God. So I did whatever. And then 2 days later, I got a call from his mother. She only called up and she said that, I said, is his pain better? She said, yeah, the pain was because they dug so deep to find the tumor, but they couldn't find the tumor. And they really thought that, you know, I don't know what you have done, that the tumor has just disappeared. And I really say this because I love what I do, and I do it with such honesty and dedication, that I just did what I would have done for somebody who would have come to say that I'm having a headache and a severe pain in my back, you know. So it wasn't that tumor hai to main extra healing de rahi hu ya kuch wo kar rahi hu. I did whatever I do normally, you know. And it really changed something. He said, you have to come here, you have to heal my thing. I mean, next time when I went to the US, he flew me down to his home, and I did a clearing for his house, for his wife, for his mother. And, you know, it was just something which I can never kind of forget.
Imagine that they were like looking for the tumor.
Yeah, and they dug so deep, तो उस करके उसको pain हो रही थी. It wasn't that he was in pain because they couldn't find the tumor, and they had seen the tumor like about 15 days back in the X-ray or whatever CT scan they had done.
they had seen a
Of
tumor,
course, that's why he was asked to do a biopsy.
and then they couldn't find
The
what they
tumor
had
wasn't
seen.
there. Yeah, the tumor wasn't there.
What do you think happened?
God did something. I mean, he was not meant to suffer, or I was meant to go there. Whatever, we can say whatever. But it shifted again, it builds your faith in what you're doing, you know. And when we do Reiki or all these, we visualize that the person is healthy, there's no tumor, he's healed, or, you know, the biopsy gives him that he doesn't have cancer. Just those kind of things. We do set these in our intention, you know, in that way.
और जो वो पूरा प्रोसेस था, जब आपको उन्होंने अप्रोच किया, तो से लेके जब तक उनका रिपोर्ट आया, लाइक आप जब प्रे कर रहे होते हो, तो आपको इमेजेस दिखती हैं?
हाँ, दिखती हैं, वर्ड्स आते हैं, विजन्स आते हैं. You're carried into that situation many a times. You know, sometimes you feel a presence telling you it's okay.
हाँ.
Sometimes you can do it with the connection instantly. Sometimes you keep trying, nahi hota. I mean, I'm being very honest, you know.
Yeah.
But with your intention that, yes, I'm sending healing, that is kind of good enough. I would say that the work is being done, but I am just channeling that positive energy to the light, I would say, through this body into the other person's body.
सो जैसे इनके सिचुएशन में आपको कहीं पे फील हुआ था कि ट्यूमर छोटा हो रहा है, जा रहा है, किसी भी तरह का एनीथिंग दैट यू कैन अज्यूम?
I don't usually do that. Maybe we used to do that very initially in our learning process, because we just say that the person is absolutely healed. And I mean, God forbid if there was something also, that would have also been how it was meant to be. You know, it's the destiny of that person. Whatever he also needed to believe in these occult sciences, which he never believed in. But when you come to a dead end, then you say, okay, let me turn to this, you know.
Yeah.
Because somebody had told him and convinced him that he could benefit from healing. Coming down to somebody just about, I think 15 days back, a friend of my friends who came for healing, and she said, I'm, you know, in so much pain that I can't even walk from here to open the door. And when we did her clearing and healing, we realized, I told her that there's so much that you're carrying with your parents, you know, and both her parents had passed on. And she was like, when she heard this, and she said, nobody knows this. I haven't even ever spoken this to my husband about what I had gone through with my parents. And then she was really taken aback because she never believed in this aspect. It was jo hai samne hai, usi mein zindagi chal rahi hai. And then I made her do a lot of forgiveness with her parents, you know, made her do some cord cutting and connecting energetically with her parents, do a lot of forgiveness. And of course, there's a lot of emotional thing, and you're carrying that trauma from childhood up to now. And always feeling, yeah, my parents didn't support me, they were not nice to me, whatever. Like, you know, many of us live with those thoughts. And it was 3 days back that the pain is totally gone from my body. So you see the pain that we hold inside. And with whom? With our parents who've given us life. But of course, our mind is not able to see that. We just see the unfair acts of whatever they have done. But they're all well-meaning parents. They're doing the best as we are doing. So have they. But to carry that, and now that you're ready to release it, the universe will make it knock in your body in some way. And now the pain you can't bear. So you're taking painkillers, it's not helping. You're doing whatever treatment, it's not helping. Now release this pain energetically. And she did that. And total non-believer of all this. So, I mean, what is there to doubt this? And how liberating and how freeing it is when you're able to kind of, you know, even close your eyes and think of yourself hugging your mother or your father, which you've never done. And it does bring up emotions into everybody when you think that way. But the fact is that you don't need to be living in that pain till it comes to a point where you can't bear that pain. And similarly with so many other things in your life. We are just wasting our energy all the time. He said this, she did this, all the time feeling that I'm the target, you know, and I'm the one, I live with that threat and that fear. But it's not true at all.
So when the person finally heals, what heals? It's the physical body, जहाँ पे pain था, वो heal हुआ, या वो soul, so house of everything है?
Soul, soul, we use soul as a very generic term. See, it's an energy body, right? It's an energy body which is vibrating at a particular frequency. If your frequency is low, you're living in pain, sadness, grief. If your frequency is high, you may still be having pain, but you're able to deal with it with the positive emotions,
Right.
like high vibration, high emotion, low vibration, low emotions. So through the healing processes, we are trying to raise the vibrations of these cells of our body. Right? And when we automatically come into that, we've healed the emotion. Emotion is energy in motion, emotion, right? So we've raised the vibration of those cells. We've cleared the energy body, as we say. We've aligned our energy with the source. So automatically the physical body will also feel healthy, or will be able to deal with the pain or whatever one is going through in a better way. Because many a times we may feel that in our life there was really nothing that was traumatic,
Huh.
so but I'm still feeling that
Yeah.
vision or that fear or that situation where I'm not able to handle certain things. So
Yeah.
from where is it coming in my life?
Huh.
That's when sometimes we realize that we are carrying it from our ancestors. And to give you an example, like many of us had parents coming from who had experienced partition,
Yes.
right? So they carry that trauma, right? Their fathers and carried it, maybe their grandfathers also
Yeah.
carried it. They experienced it probably as children. And because they were all not equipped to deal with that trauma, it left an imprint somewhere.
Yeah.
And now this generation, say I'm that next generation, where I start feeling uncomfortable with that fear or anxiety or whatever it is that was carried down. And I choose to ask or work on myself to heal it. And when we look at our, say, Akashic records or, through SRT or family constellation, we realize that it is not mine. It comes from there. In fact, the line that we use in SRT, in family constellation, is, it did not start with you. So we track it back to as many generations as we can, and we try to heal that. Like if we were to make somebody stand in as a grandmother and say, okay, now this situation, they may be feeling something, but they may not be able to identify it as guilt. Like if you have,
मैं आई आपके पास में
supposing
बोल
you
के कि
come,
मुझे बड़ा बहुत मुझे
trauma
guilt-
hai,
trauma
हाँ,
है ये
right?
guilt,
So
हाँ.
then we'll say, okay, so we'll try to see if there's something in this present lifetime that you have experienced.
ठीक है.
Okay, so we'll try to deal with that. You
Okay.
still keep feeling that.
Hmm.
We go into saying that, okay, maybe it was one of your past lives. We look into that. Still you keep feeling that. Then we bring up your ancestors. Like in that same situation, we say, somebody, can you just stand here as Sonia's mother? Can you stand here as her grandmother? And with
This is all at the energy level.
No, right now you can have people here and you
Acha,
can make
okay.
them stand there.
Okay.
It's family constellation is a modality that you do like that.
Okay.
And then you tell those people, you're a facilitator, so you tell those people that now just stand here and fall into that role. And this is the situation. And suddenly the person will say that I'm really feeling guilty. And whereas that she may have even got it from her mother. So we make another lineage, another ancestor stand in there. And then you experience whatever or you deal with whatever and you release it.
My God. So, like, I came to you, I have a family of 4 people and we're all together. We don't know who is connected in which role from the
Absolutely.
past life.
Absolutely.
But at that point of time, आप मेरे father को बोलोगे कि that okay, you
नहीं,
are
मैं
so.
father को नहीं बोलूंगी. मैं
Okay.
उसको बोलूंगी, can you stand in as her father? कोई
हाँ.
XYZ को बोलूंगी, who know nothing about your father, but they will be able to take on that energy when they're standing in a constellation field. And you'll be surprised that this person is standing in a posture that my father stands. This person is speaking in a way that my father speaks.
We have to do this. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
This is. So, वो जो आपके after you started healing people, are there things from your life before you actually became a healer कि अगर आप उस वाले फेज के अपने लाइफ लेसन्स ड्रॉ करो तो आप एज अ हीलर भी कह सकते हो कि yes, I would still validate these things.
So actually, it's such a lovely universal plan, right? That whatever you need or whatever you are resisting or whatever needs to be, say, validated or strengthened in your life, people will come to you with the same issues. It's like if I'm telling you, okay, Sonia, don't be anxious. That means that I understand what is anxiety.
Mm.
I am also working on that anxiety. I have worked through that anxiety. And I am, in a way, the universe is telling me that, okay, if I'm telling her, first I need to be in a calm space,
Yeah.
right? It's
Mm.
only because one has lived that.
Mm.
And that's the difference between healers or mentors or therapists versus somebody who's just learned something and starts practicing.
Mm.
Because, especially when I do, for me, it is living and working with my life experiences. That's why it's true for me.
Mm.
You know, to convince a person that, okay, do Reiki, it'll change your life. Jab bhi we do a Reiki seminar, I always tell people that now you'll go back home because you really feel that high, right?
Yeah.
I want my husband to learn, I want my sister to
Yeah.
learn, right? I tell them, don't try to do that. Work on yourself so that people ask you that, wow, you're going through such circumstances in your life,
Mm.
and yet you're so calm and you're able to deal with that. Then you tell them about Reiki
Mm.
because it's true for you now.
Yeah.
And other people are also seeing that,
Yeah.
right? Versus just verbally talking about it and, you know, talking or reading. The internet is full of so much. It's
Wow.
like, to the power of infinity, you will have information on Reiki or spiritual response therapy.
Huh.
But when I'm speaking from my limited practice and my limited knowledge and my experience, which may be limited but is real,
Mm.
the whole energy shifts when you're talking about that modality. Like when somebody asks me, will I benefit from it? I will say 100% you will benefit.
Mm.
How much you take,
Mm.
how much you allow it to come into your life is your work now, right?
Mm.
But energy will shift. अगर मैं डर जाऊंगी कि नहीं नहीं मुझे तो ये नए जॉब मिल गया है बट आई एम स्केर्ड टू गो देयर then that's not my problem. Energy shifted. You wanted to be on a higher platform.
Yeah.
How it will happen, what will happen, is not what we can choose.
Mm.
But things will surely shift.
ना so जब हम परेशान होते हैं पहली चीज होती है कि हम जो चाहते हैं हम उस चीज के लिए ट्रस्ट करें कि वो हो जाएगा ये अपने हाथ में है ना मतलब मुश्किल होता है बट
I wouldn't say apne haath mein hai. I want to correct you there.
ओके
Like, I think we just spoke also in this way where you were saying that we have that trust that it will happen, you know. But we also need to understand that we have to live with that trust, but it may not happen. And that is also okay, even if it may not happen. So that's where we need to not start with thinking कि ये तो होएगा ही होगा, because then the disappointment comes in, ना?
और वही वो एक डेड एंड आ जाता है जब आप ट्रस्ट करे जा रहे हो बट हो तो रहा नहीं है
Yeah.
यू नो सो देन फिर दिल टूटता है कि
Yeah.
मैं तो कब से ट्रस्ट कर रही हूँ
बट सी द थिंग इज जब हम ये बोलते हैं ट्रस्ट, जो इस ट्रस्ट का आउटकम है वो हमने ही अपने माइंड में परसीव करा हुआ है ना, कि जब ये ऐसे बोलेगा या ये ऐसे होएगा तभी ये सही है. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर वांटिंग. वी आर putting it out in our conditions. So we have to kind of just let it be and move ahead. Okay, I have been put here now to do this talk with you.
Yeah.
Just trust and go with the flow. You know, whatever, if I've prepared something and that is not asked or we don't happen to speak on it, that's also absolutely okay. You know, versus just thinking in my mind, acha, when is she going to ask me that? When will I do that? So then the whole energy begins to kind of shake me.
Yeah.
And my vibrations go down. That, you
And
know,
either
this is
you're here nor there.
same as life. I've prepared in life in such a way that it has to happen this. Then suddenly there is an accident or something in between, which makes me turn my course totally.
Yeah.
And then I'm thrown here that I really don't know. This is not what I had prepared for.
Yeah.
Right? But then you have to trust that, yeah, if you're going to be put on that path, you'll again be guided in some way. And sometimes we say, oh, I have to start again. I have to, you know, I came to this level. Now I have to start afresh and do all that. But that's not true. That's not true. You may feel that you're starting again, but you'll see that if you've really embodied those life experiences, you'll just leap ahead. And I remember this friend of mine was driving and she instantly applied the brakes because it hit her somewhere. You know, I said, can you control your breath? Are you breathing with awareness? Like, are you aware of every in-breath and out-breath? You're not. It's happening. In the same way in life also, things are just happening. Stop this need to control. And she just turned her car around and she parked it at a petrol pump and she just sat there and kind of just, you know, absorbed that. And then she said that she was to go somewhere. She just dropped the whole idea and she just went to the Gurdwara and sat there and something changed inside her. So that need to control is basically what creates trouble for all of us. Again, going back to my example, I never grew up studying or thinking that I have to go out and earn for my family or earn a living for myself. Also, it was like, okay, you're a girl, you study well, get married, have children, bring them up nicely, get them married. You will always be provided for. At least that's the kind of business setup that I came from. Nothing wrong in it,
Sure.
right? That's how many business families even live today, and there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong in it. And then suddenly life throws you into a situation where, okay, now you have to, you have to fend for yourself. You have children to feed, or you have, I lost my partner, unfortunately, 16 years back, suddenly to cancer. And it was like, now what? The main bread earner, there is no, and being in the kind of energies that we were growing up, it was not that we have a lot of savings that we can go back to, especially at that age of 35,
30.
40,
Just
because
building up
you're
that
building, you
time.
want to build a new home. We
Yeah.
just moved into a new home. Children had just joined university and college. So it was like, now what? That's the time when you sit back and say, okay, now I've become a so called, pardon me for using this word, widow,
Yeah.
and I cannot be doing anything. Versus thinking that, okay, now you've been put here. Now what? And I always told my children that, okay, this is where we are now. Very unfortunate. We feel all the emotions, the pain, the sadness, which even I would say 16 years later, I feel all that thing in my heart. But that does not stop me from living ahead. Right. And it's not even about moving on, and it's not about getting into relationships. It's about the priority is what at that time. I mean, okay, you miss a partner, you miss a companion, but was that my priority? No. What was my priority? I had to pay the college fee.
Yeah.
I had to pay the electricity bill. I had to look into, paying bills for the house. There was groceries to be paid for. So because of my education and because of my love for education, I started teaching children. Like, tuitions was a big
Yeah.
thing. And I was so good in maths and science that I could say any student who's coming to me will really excel and will fall in love with maths. That's what I used to say openly, because I trusted my ability to teach that.
And your interest.
Right? So like that's what I'm saying, that suddenly life made you take a U-turn, because
उससे
42
पहले आपने कभी नहीं पढ़ाया था.
कुछ भी नहीं करा था, कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि मुझे कुछ करियर
You were
में
a
जाना
student,
है.
जो
I was a
सीखा
student,
उसने.
हाँ, मतलब ग्रेजुएशन करी वो भी होम साइंस में, because that you're a good
हाँ.
student and you like to study, then home science takes care
मतलब
of all the
out of
things.
interest भी ऐसा नहीं था कि कुछ ट्यूशन से करते थे.
I used to love maths, so I used to teach it to my children.
बस.
My children were very good. Their friends came, their parents came कि भाई हमारे बच्चों को भी पढ़ा दो.
हाँ.
Before I knew it, I was running a coaching center with 100 students because I needed that money. That became my need.
Yeah.
Right? And I was just teaching. But my interest in occult sciences or healing was always there because I had learned Reiki and I would practice it off and on in that way. To a point where I started studying more about this because now I had more time and I did another modality and I used to think that who will come to me for healing, I can't go put myself out, because again, coming from that very contained, happy background of being in a family, I have an older sister, so we were two girls family, girls school, girls college, in that
वही दुनिया हो जाती
वही
है.
दुनिया हो जाती है. So I could teach in a classroom, algebra, trigonometry, geometry were like this, but to say to go out, meet new people, that was not me. And my teacher really used to push me that, you can grow in this field. And I used to say, who will come to, and I used to think, being the person that I am, that if I can't heal myself, how can I heal anybody else, right? I'm still feeling the pain, the grief, the sadness, but I'm moving ahead in life because that money becomes my need, right? And the moment you put yourself out, the universe is kind of responding to you that, yeah, you're a good teacher, you're able to teach, children are getting results. So obviously that's simple thing.
It's
No?
working
Children
out.
will come.
हाँ.
One child goes, they'll talk to 10 others, 10 others will come, right?
Yeah.
So you are growing and you
Yeah.
need, so that becomes your need-based thing, and then life is supporting you. I am teaching, but the universe has put me knowing what is my potential. Given me that. Now I had a choice to say, मुझे नहीं पढ़ाना, मैं तो यहाँ पे बैठी हूँ. Come, whoever relatives are there, feed me, look after my children, pay my fees. That could have also been one option, right?
Absolutely.
But I chose to step out, right? And then the moment you put yourself little bit outside, you'll see how the universe comes forward and just carries you along.
Yeah.
And then my teacher really pushed me to say, you have to shut down your coaching center. And I was like, this is my bread and butter. How can I shut it down? Because wherever I was in the world, I had to be at my center at 3:00, So if you were to travel for a Reiki seminar, and it was like, I can't go. I can't leave my house. I can't leave my children. There was insecurity. There was fear. There was no trust in the bigger picture.
आपके पास एक्स बच्चे, एक आपका एक्स मंथली आ रहा है, अब वो एक सिक्योर स्पॉट बन जाता है ना
Exactly.
कि दिस इज माय गो टू यहाँ
And
से।
see, the child who registers on the 1st of April
हाँ
will come to you for 12 months till
Yeah.
the full year.
Yeah.
तो वो fees every month is coming into
प्लान
that.
हो गया ना वो,
बिल्कुल वो एक सिक्योर है ना,
सिक्योर है
and so that makes you gives you a whole different comfort zone,
बिल्कुल
right? You know,
कि आप
अब कल
काम
कोई
है
healing
ज्यादा
के लिए
है।
आएगा, मैं रेकी सेमिनार अनाउंस करूंगी, कोई आएगा नहीं आएगा, but then see the teacher, your mentor sees it from a different angle because that's why she's a teacher or a mentor, isn't it? So when she pushed me that no, you have to, I said I love teaching, I can't give up teaching. So she said you will continue teaching but you will teach Reiki. I started healing people again because initially it was a need to earn more, you know, for whatever the need was at that point. And one person benefited, would tell the others, like
Yeah.
go and learn, go and get a session from her,
Yeah.
then the other, and that's how it started to, you know, and then you feel okay,
Then-
now I have that confidence that I can earn that much. Or you know, children also had also grown by then, they'd kind of completed their education. That's when I shut down my coaching center, when my son graduated actually, and my daughter also graduated. Then I said okay, now I can shift to
take that leap of faith
yeah,
also.
take that leap of faith into doing something which is more open, because now my energy had also broken out of those four walls. I also wanted to step out of those four walls.
What does it feel like?
Very liberating, but it's very fearful in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fear in the beginning.
हाँ,
It's like you're trying to catch this air, कुछ पकड़ने को नहीं है, you know. अब वो ट्यूशन सेंटर, एक कोचिंग क्लासेस तो एक एंकर था ना,
बिल्कुल
कि बच्चे आ रहे हैं, आप पढ़ा रहे हो, फीस आ रही है, घर चल रहा है. बट सडनली आज तो हीलिंग के लिए कोई आ रहा है, कल कोई ना भी आए, you know. And that's how my mind used to think.
Yeah.
So it was like, but then slowly you develop faith in yourself, you develop faith in the universe, and that's when you live with that faith कि नहीं आया कल तो परसों आ जाएगा, you know. But you start enjoying every day, because I learned another modality, spiritual response therapy, which SRT, which I practice a lot. And that changed my life again, because now I had so much more time, because morning times were, you know, free, and the coaching was in the evening. So I used to just practice SRT, and I graduated in the sense certified in it, because I, again, being a very sharp student and learning and studying, and I just started practicing SRT. And that was like a big leap where people could actually see bigger changes in their lives.
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, I started to practice that. And it was something which, again, I didn't need to put myself out. I was very happy sitting across the table doing this. Or somebody introduced me to one person in London who wanted to do a clearing. And I did it over Skype in those days. Skype was very popular. And she benefited so much that she told so many other people. This was in London. And she told so many other people about me, and people started reaching out. That was even easier कि अब तो किसी का आमना सामना भी नहीं करना. स्काइप पे बैठे हैं, आप वहाँ पर लंदन में हो, मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, आपने मेरे अकाउंट में पैसे डाल दिए, मैंने आपकी क्लियरिंग कर दी, and I'm guiding you. So there was less, you know, putting yourself
Less
out lesser,
transactions.
which really suited me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
really
I can
suited me.
imagine. Huh.
And then, but all along, I think there was a growth that keeps happening within us also, right? And then I just told these people, there was a big group now in London who were connected to me through these clearings. And I told them that, okay, next time you all come to India, because they were all Indians. So I will teach you Reiki. Now you need to be independent. We've done enough of this hand holding, which is how my teacher taught me. And they said, why do we need to come to India? You come to London and you teach Reiki here. I said, London? I don't even go to Chandigarh, you know. And my Reiki teacher would say, Chandigarh jana hai seminar ke liye. I would say, no, I don't stay out of my house at night. We'll go in the morning, Shatabadi, and come back in the evening. So they used to joke about me in that way, that, you know, because I was insecure, thinking that I am taking care of my children. I am taking care of the house. But to understand that if tomorrow I'm not there, the house, the children, everything will get taken care of.
Yeah.
But again, that's your growth, na?
Yeah.
And I think my children just pushed me that, are you mad? They're inviting you to London. Why aren't you going? You just have to buy your ticket. They're organizing the workshops and everything. And I didn't have a visa. So we applied for a visa. I got a 6-month visa. And before I knew it, I was on a flight to London. And I was so anxious. I actually howled on the flight when I was never traveled alone. That too to London. didn't know what those homes looked like, never stayed in anybody's home. So I had this huge big, like how we want to be, London is very cold, so fill it up with warm clothes, big suitcase, which actually couldn't even go up the stairs of those small homes in Europe and London. But I had no exposure,
Yeah.
so, and no confidence in that way. But something kept pushing me to go. And I think that was another big, big life changing moment for me, because I went there and 18 days I was there, and I think I worked for 18 hours every day.
Wow.
Everybody wanted to learn Reiki.
Oh.
Everybody wanted to get an SRT clearing. And I came back after 18 days, and it was like a different exposure that I had. The confidence changed. And within 2-3 months, those people started saying, now we want to learn level 2. I said, ho gaya bas, now be one trip to London in a year, I can't go again. So it was like, no. And my children said, you have a 6-month visa, why don't you use it? Go again, go teach and come back. Again, I was there, and then there was no looking back. Now 2 trips, 3 trips a year. Big Reiki community in London who we've become more like friends and family now.
Yeah. So ready for the rapid fire?
Okay.
Okay. So, what's one emotional wound you see most people carry without realizing it?
Regret, guilt,
Most people.
most people.
One daily habit that drains our energy more than bad sleep.
Flicking through these gadgets, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But it drains
Yeah,
our
we
energy.
actually allow the gadgets to take over. We're not using them for ourselves, like the phone.
Yeah.
We can use it for our good also, purpose also, but then it starts ruling us.
They start using us.
Exactly.
What's the quickest way to calm your mind in under 30 seconds?
3 breaths of awareness.
The biggest myth about healing you wish people would stop believing.
It doesn't work.
It works.
It always works. It always works.
What's one physical symptom that's actually emotional?
Pain. Pain is guilt. Pain is self-punishment.
Any kind of pain
Any
is
kind of
actually
pain.
emotional.
Yeah.
One sign that your inner child needs attention.
Like a tantrum. When we throw tantrums as adults or children, it's definitely the inner child seeking attention, feeling needy in love.
That somebody should take care of.
It's an unhealed child inside.
तो क्या करना चाहिए?
बहुत कुछ है. It's like
There are
there are
ways
various
out.
processes
But
of
recognizing is the key.
Yeah, recognizing that there is a pain within you and your inner child. Like the definition of inner child is also very vast in spirituality and healing. So we would need to understand that, some wound that you did not heal, or you were not emotionally equipped with to heal at that age or at that time. And inner child doesn't mean that it has to be at a very young age, it can even be in a grown up, that there is a part of you which is still a child. Like we say, you have so much of, like, you laugh or you are so vibrant like a child. That child within you is always alive. So
Yeah.
the child within you also has pain.
Huh.
And that pain was not addressed when that trauma happened. So you carry that pain.
So good. So you're saying the signs are like tantrums
Yeah.
and childlike things.
Yeah, needy for attention, needy for love.
What's the most common block you see in relationships today between different people?
Block.
Blocks.
As in lack of communication. It's
While we have so many ways to communicate now.
yeah, but then the best is just texting and all rather than
Sending memes.
Yeah. So yeah, that lack of communication and that
Acceptance?
no, the word that comes to me is not being able to understand the feeling of the others. It's always about my feelings and my emotions.
Yeah, that's true. One thing that therapy cannot teach, but life definitely will.
Therapy cannot teach, but life definitely will.
So what does therapy teach? And what does life teach?
I would say again, therapy is when we talk about teaching from the therapy point of view, it's very mind based.
Mm.
It's very dealing with certain issues, and it's very again limited in some ways. But life teaches you that everything is so infinite and you know spontaneous and flowing, versus therapy or anything that we're trying to do, which is very contained and
Boxy.
boxy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
एक वो ऐसी मिथ जो कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी के बारे में बहुत बड़ी मिथ है, और वो ये है, इट डजंट वर्क. करेक्ट, टोटली अग्री, इट वर्क्स, बट इंटेंशन की बात है कि आपका हीलर कौन है, आपका खुद का इंटेंशन क्या है. हम कंट्रोल करना चाह रहे हैं कि हम मैनिफेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, हम कुछ क्रिएट करना चाह रहे हैं, या हम कुछ छीनना चाह रहे हैं. द इंटेंशन इज एवरीथिंग, बट हीलिंग एज अ प्रैक्टिस रियली वर्क्स. एंड स्पेशली लाइक मैं हर बार बताती हूँ कि सुजाता मलिक का वो रोल है मेरी लाइफ में विच इज़ लाइक अ गॉड ऑन SMS. वॉट इट मीन्स इज कि मैं कहीं पे अटकती हूँ, और जब वो उस लेवल पे अटक जाती हूँ कि अपने आप से नहीं उसको सॉल्व कर पा रही होती हूँ, तो एक एक सुजाता हैं जिनको मैं एक मैसेज करके बोलती हूँ कि यहाँ पे अटकी हूँ, एंड देन आई लीव इट, एंड देन आई रियली रियली लीव इट. आई डोंट कंट्रोल इट बाय सेइंग ये होना चाहिए, ये मिलना चाहिए, ये ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए. बट ओवर द इयर्स मेरा ऐसा फेथ हो गया है कि मैंने उनको बता दिया अब जो बेस्ट हो सकता है वो हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं कि सारी चीज़ें हो ही जाती हैं, बट दैट इज़ एग्जैक्टली वॉट द यूनिवर्सल अलाइनमेंट आई गेस सुजाता हैज़ बिन टॉकिंग अबाउट. कि हमने कुछ चाह लिया, कुछ मांग लिया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो हो ही जाएगा. अगर वो नहीं भी हुआ तो दैट इज़ हाउ इट वॉज मेंट टू बी, और अगर वो हो गया then that is how it was meant to be. So we have to keep thinking, we have to keep dreaming, we have to keep hoping, we have to keep praying, we have to keep wanting, but then zid nahi honi chahiye. So since you have listened to a whole podcast about this topic, there are 2 more podcasts of Sujata ji on our channel, which are primarily talking about, the first one is talking about energy, the soul and the energy connection. So what is the soul, what is an energy, what is the connection between two, और इन दोनों के बीच में where does healing come in. It's a very very powerful one, you must listen to it. The second one is also like on the lines of कर्मा, कि हम क्या करते हैं, हमको जो रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे होते हैं, इज इट अ कॉज एंड एन इफेक्ट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, कैन वी चेंज इट, can we take external support to change the results of our life, or it's really about jo likha hai waisa hi hoga. So it's more about destiny, working out your destiny, how do you plan things. That's the second episode. And you must listen to Sumiti Malhotra, who's also a healer, and she works with completely different modalities. उनकी भी जर्नी उनके पर्सनल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस से स्टार्ट हुई थी. जब उन्होंने एक पॉइंट के बाद सरेंडर किया पूरा हीलिंग एज अ प्रैक्टिस को, तो ना सिर्फ उन्होंने ये पाया कि वो औरों की हीलिंग करने लग गए थे, बट उनकी खुद की लाइफ में इंक्रीमेंटल गेन्स होने लग गए. So it's a very very important thing to observe that जब हम अपने से हट के हीलिंग एज अ प्रैक्टिस में जाते हैं, सो अपनी लाइफ में भी ग्रोथ होती है, अपनी लाइफ में भी प्रॉस्पेरिटी होती है, और उसके साथ में वी आर मेकिंग एन इम्पैक्ट ऑन अदर पीपल विच वी कैन नॉट मेक इट इन एनी अदर वे, बिकॉज इट इज एट द लेवल ऑफ सोल, इट्स एट द लेवल ऑफ एनर्जी, इट्स एट द लेवल ऑफ यूनिवर्सल अलाइनमेंट, इट इज एट द लेवल ऑफ physical alignment with the universe. The dimensions are so many and so deep, और ये टॉपिक ही ऐसा है. We will keep going deeper into this because this is my favorite topic as well. I hope it works for you. Keep floating with the fish.